Hello everyone, I'm Aditi with my channel Fun with Language. Today we are going to discuss about subject-verb agreement. It is one of the grammar component, subject-verb agreement. So let us discuss about it. What is subject-verb agreement? When the verb agrees with its subject in number and in person, then we say the subject agrees with the verb. What is a subject? Subject is the performer of the action. What is the subject? Subject basically it performs the action. And what is verb? The action of a subject. What it does refer to the verb, the action of the subject. So in this component of grammar, subject-verb agreement, we are going to learn about how the subject must agree with the verb. So this is what we are going to do. So let us go for it. When we see at a glance, we see the subject and the verb work together. The subject and the verb, they work together. If our subject is singular, we use singular verb. As in, Sam reads storybooks. Sam is a singular person. And with that, we have used the verb read with S or ES. This highlights that the verb is singular. Sam reads storybooks. So, if the subject is singular, the verb ends in S or ES. So, this is the rule that we must see at a glance. And there are certain exceptions when we use the verb. Like for example, if we say I being singular, but with that we use first form of the verb as it is without using S or ES. So I read storybooks. The next word is you. You read storybooks. So you and I, they are exception, though they are singular. But still we use first form of the verb as it is. Fine. So now let us go to rule number 1. Rules of subject-verb agreement. The first rule says, when two or more singular nouns or pronouns are joined by the word and, it takes plural verb. As in, gold and silver. Gold and silver, they are two singular nouns. But when both the nouns are joined with the word and, as in conjunction, when we join it with and, it takes plural verb are. Gold and silver are precious metals. Similarly, let us go to the next sentence. Fire and water. Fire is a singular noun. Water is a singular noun. But when they join together with the word and, it becomes plural. So that is why fire and water do not agree. That means they do not go together. Are your father and mother at home? So father and mother, it becomes plural. That is why we have used are as the helping verb. The next sentence says, he and I were playing. He is in third person, I is in first person, but when you join them together, it becomes plural. So with that, you have used plural verb were. He and I were playing. So the first rule says, when the two singular nouns and the pronouns, they are joined together with the word and, it takes plural verb. The sentence takes plural verb. For example, gold and silver are precious metals. I hope this rule is clear to you. Let us go ahead. Now, the second rule says, if nouns suggest one idea to the mind or refer to the same person or thing, the verb is singular. So, when the noun refers to one particular idea, it gives us one idea or that idea refers to one particular person or a thing, then the sentence should use singular verb, as in time and tide waits for no man. It's a proverb. Time and tide waits for no man. So time and tide, they are taken together, that both of them, they are considered as one unit together. So time and tide waits for no man. Similarly, the horse and the carriage is at the door. So the horse along with the carriage is at the door. Bread and butter. So separately it doesn't make sense. When we join them together, it becomes one complete snack. So bread and butter is his only food. The rise and fall of the tide is due to lunar eclipse. So the rise and fall of the water that takes place in the sea is considered as one movement, rising and falling of water as one movement. So that is why the rise and the fall of the tide is due to lunar eclipse. The next one, the novelist and the poet. So the novelist and the poet refers to one particular person. They are not the separate people. It's only one person that we are talking about. The novelist and the poet is dead. So these both are one person. That is why we are considering as singular verb. So let us revise it once again. If nouns suggest, the nouns used in a sentence as in time and tide, horse and carriage, bread and butter, rise and fall, novelist and the poet. So when the nouns suggest one idea to the mind or refer to the same person or thing, the verb is considered singular. Let us go to the next slide. And the next rule, two or more singular subjects connected by or nor require singular verb, as in no nook or corner was left unexplored. It means not a single corner was left unexplored. Everywhere it was investigated. It was checked. Our happiness or our sorrow. So we have a choice here. Our happiness or our sorrow, out of these two, any one can be considered, is largely due to our own actions. Fine. Or our happiness or our sorrow. So whenever we use nor and or in a sentence, the sentence takes singular verb. So in a similar way, our happiness or our sorrow is largely due to our own actions. Either the cat or the dog has been there. So out of the dog and the cat, any one would be there. So that is why either the cat or the dog has been there. Singular, has been there. Neither Ram nor Shyam was present. Out of both the children, no one was present. Neither Ram was present nor Shyam was present. So whenever we use neither nor, either or simply or and nor in a sentence, we use singular verb. So let us go to the next one. When the subjects joined by or nor are of different persons. In the previous slide, we discussed with the same person, whether it is first person, second person or third person. So what are these? If I am talking, I become the first person. If I am talking to you, you will become the second person. If both of us, we are talking about a person in his home or person in the market, so that particular person becomes the third person. So this is what it is all talking about. When the subject joined by or nor are of different persons, the verb agrees with the nearer one. As in, either he or I am mistaken. So now look here. He is the third person. I being first person. So verb is agreeing with the person which is nearer to it. So nearer to it is I. So that is why we have used am. So what does the rule says? When the subject is joined by or nor are of different person. It is in third person and it is in first person. So the verb agrees with the subject which is nearer to it. And nearer to it is I. So with that we have used am. Either he or I am mistaken. Fine. Either he or I am mistaken. Now let us look at this next sentence. Either you or he is mistaken. Now in this sentence we have second person you and the third person he, and our verb is agreeing with the third person because it is nearer to it. So either you or he is mistaken. Similarly, neither my friend nor I am. So here verb is again agreeing with the subject which is nearer to it. I am to be blamed. Neither my friend nor I am to blame. Look at the next one. Neither you nor he is to blame. So there is a difference here that you could make out. In the previous sentence, the verb agrees with the nearer one. So with I, we have used am. And in the second sentence, the verb is agreeing with the nearer one. So it is third person he. With he, we have used is. So this way, when the subject is joined by or nor, when the two subjects, they are joined by nor and or, are of different persons, the verb agrees with the nearer one. Fine. I hope this rule is clear to you. Let us go ahead. Now, the next rule says either, neither, each, everyone, many a must be followed by singular verb. As in, neither of the two men was very strong. Out of these two, none was strong. This is what it says. Neither of the two men. So out of these two men, neither of them was strong. Each of these substances is found in India. Our subject is not substance. Our subject is each of these substances. So each and every single substance is found in India. Fine. Now look at the next one. Every one of the prisons is full. Out of all, each and every prison is full. Next one. Many a man has done so. So with the words like many a, everyone, each, neither, either, the verb is always singular. Let us go to the next one. Now, some nouns which are plural in form but singular in meaning. It seems to be plural but they are singular in meaning. It always takes a singular verb. As in, the verb, the news is true. The news itself is a singular word, though it is ending in S. So it seems as if it is plural, but it is a singular subject. The news is true. Politics. Politics is a singular word, but then a singular subject, but S is present at the end. It seems to be in a plural form, but it is singular. So that is why politics was his business of life. The next one, mathematics. Mathematics also ends in S, but it is singular. Mathematics is an easy subject. Measles is a curable disease. Physics is all about measurement. So physics, measles, mathematics, politics and news, these are all plural forms and they take singular verb because their meaning is singular. That is why singular verb takes singular subject takes singular verb. I hope this one is clear to you, and let us go to the next slide. When the subject of a sentence is singular, the verb must be singular. This is the first, at a glance we had seen it. Ravi likes ice cream. Ravi being singular, we have used S or ES with the verb to make it a singular verb. So Ravi likes ice cream. If we change Ravi into children, then it would be children like ice cream. Next one is Henry and Deepak like movies. I'm sorry, there is a spelling mistake over here. Henry and Deepak, these two singular subjects, they are joined by the word and. So that is why they are taking plural verb. Henry and Deepak like movies. Ram plays tennis. Ram being singular, we have used S or ES with the verb to make it a singular verb. Ram plays tennis. Pilot flies planes. So pilot being singular, we have used singular verb flies. So pilot flies planes. Let us go to the next slide. When the subject is the phrase, as in one of, followed by a plural noun, the verb is singular and agrees with one. As in, one of the subjects is absent in the class. That means out of all the students, one of the student is absent in the class. So one of the, if you are using it in a sentence as in with the subject, it always agrees with the verb and takes singular verb. One of the students in our class was praised by the teacher. Out of all the students, one of the student was praised by the teacher. So whenever you have the phrase one of with the plural noun is students here. So whenever there is a phrase one of, it is used with the plural noun, it always takes singular verb. Let us go to the next one. Rukumani is one of my best friend. Out of all, Rukumani is one of my best friend. Let us go to the next rule. When a sentence has two singular subjects joined by the conjunction and, the verb must agree with the plural. This we had already done. Just to give more examples to it, I have written it here. Ravi and Suman go to the same class. Ravi and Suman, they are joined by the conjunction and, the word and it takes plural verb. Ravi and Suman go to the same class. Henry and Joe play. Plural verb. Henry and Joe play chess every day. Bob and Sam go to the same tuition class. So Bob and Sam being plural subject, it takes plural verb. So this way, whenever in a sentence two singular subjects joined by the word and, the verb must be plural. Now the next one. Both. Whenever in a sentence both comes, both always take plural verb. How? Let us go through the examples. Both the hill stations were simply great. Not only one, both. So both, the word itself highlights that we are talking about more than one. So both the hill stations were simply great. Both the boys were rewarded. I'm sorry, there is a mistake here. both the boys were rewarded. So not a single boy, both were rewarded. Now let us go to the next rule. A number of, several or many, followed by a plural verb. So whenever you are using these words or the phrase in a sentence, it is followed by plural verb. How? Let us see it. There have been a number of competitions. A number of competitions this year. So there have been, have the plural form. Fine. So there have been a number of competitions this year. A large number of people are waiting. Plural verb. A large number of people are waiting to meet the Prime Minister. So number of, several and many, it itself means that it is highlighting to large number of people, many things or various items that we are referring to. So with the sentence it is clear, a large number of people are waiting to meet the Prime Minister. The next one, a collective noun thought of as one whole takes a singular verb. So it is considered as one unit. It is considered as one species, as one singular noun. As in, there was a herd of cattle. So a herd of cattle, herd itself means lot of cattle together as one group, as one species. So it is highlighting to one complete singular subject. So that is why we use singular verb. There was a herd of cattle in the middle of the road. This is a lovely bunch of flowers. So bunch of flowers, one bunch which comprises of many flowers. So collective noun always takes always takes singular verb. Please remember it. A collective noun, a galaxy of stars, a bevy of ladies, fine, a quiver of arrows, a parliament of owls. So we use an article before it, either an or a accordingly with the consonant and the vowels, but it is always considered as singular subject. So that is why we use singular verb with the collective noun. Next rule, class names such as stationery, cutlery, hair are singular and must take singular verb, as in the furniture here is of good quality. The furniture here is of good quality. So furniture itself is one class that we are talking about. The furniture comprises of your table, chair, the other cupboards, furniture, everything. So it is considered as one group, one class. So we use singular verb. Similarly, the stationery is now available in the shop. So stationery comprises of everything. Books, notebooks, pencil, pen, eraser, sharpener, everything. So the stationery is one complete unit which is used for studying. So that is why the stationery is one as one particular subject. So it is considered as singular noun. So with singular noun we have used singular verb. So the stationery is now available in the shop. Now the next one. When a plural number applies to distances, weights, heights or amount of money, it is taken as a whole and is therefore treated as singular. So the distance, weight, height and measurement is always considered as singular subject. So with singular subject we use singular verb, as in a thousands of mile is a long distance. Though we are covering thousands of miles, but the measurement is always considered as singular, as in whole. So a thousands of mile is a long distance. 2 kilograms of sugar costs. It is singular verb, S or ES with the verb. 2 kilograms of sugar costs 70 rupees. So, whenever you have the distances, weight, height or measurement or in the amount of money, it is considered as one whole unit and it is treated as singular. So, I hope the rules are clear to you. And now we are going to discuss the practice exercise. Here we need to choose the correct form of the verb that agrees with the subject. So I have given you an exercise over here. You must do it on your own. But right now I am discussing with you and I'm sure that after going through the video, you are able to do it very easily. And thereafter, there is one MS form attached with the video and I hope that you are all able to do it with ease and have understood the concept of subject-verb agreement. So let us go through the exercise. Annie and her brothers are at school. Fine. Annie and her brothers are at school. So Annie along with her brothers. So Annie and her brothers, they are joined with the word and, so it becomes a plural subject. So that is why we are using are. Annie and her brothers are at school. Either my mother or my father is coming to the school. Either my mother or my father is coming to the meeting. Next one, the dog or the cats are outside, because we are joining with or we have the plural subject, and the verb must agree with it. So that is why the dog or the cats are outside. Next one, either my shoes or your coat is always on the floor. George and Tamara. So George and Tamara, they become plural. So with that we use plural verb. George and Tamara don't want to see that movie. Benito dash know the answer. Benito being singular, we use singular verb doesn't. So Benito doesn't know the answer. One of my sisters, out of all, one of my sisters is going on a trip to France. Next one, the man with all the birds. So whenever in a sentence we use with as well as, it always takes singular verb. The man with all the birds lives on my street. The movie, including all the previews, takes about 2 hours to watch. So our subject is the movie. In the previous one, our subject is the man. So they both are singular. So that is why we are using singular verb. The players as well as the captain wants to win. So whenever in a sentence we have as well as, it always takes singular verb, that is wants. The players as well as the captain, the players. So I consider it as player. The players as well as the captain want to win, because our subject is players. So players being plural, we will take plural verb. So it will be the players as well as the captain want to win. Either answer dash acceptable. So with either or, it always takes singular verb. So it should be is. Either answer is acceptable. Next one. Every one of those books is fiction. Out of all, each and every book is fiction. So this is the practice exercise. I hope you have liked the video and you have been benefited out of it. And I'm sure that after going through all the rules, the subject verb agreement is clear to you all. So thank you very much for watching my video. And if you like it, kindly like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.